Okay, let's see what we can do with this. I use flame wheel 550 and a Hobby King X 650 with this. We have column 5 there, 115-200. I forgot to mention that must be 115-200. So let's see what we can do here. Initial setup, install firmware, got the list, Copter. Yes, I would like to. And off she goes again. Being programmed for a quad. I'm not sure where you live. If you live anywhere near North Carolina, South Carolina, anywhere on the east, I'd be glad to drive a couple of hours, meet you halfway with my notebook and try to help with the problem. No charge whatsoever. I just like to help people out. I don't work for 3DR. I'm just a normal user, so to speak. Going to get our tones. Okay. And let's see. Now one of the problems is you can't go back and do another one right now until that USB is unplugged. If I try to install this one, it's just gonna hang. I'll watch it make a liar out of me. Nah, see, it's just gonna hang. Connecting. When it gets to the end of a firmware, like I say, you have to do a hard reset. Pull it out, put it back in, and you notice on the screen, as soon as I did that, it picked up putting the hex code in. That's kind of a bug, and I don't think it's documented. It may be, maybe not. What happens at the end of that firmware upgrade, it reboots, and for some reason, I thought it was the low power thing. I've never completely gone through it, because I just found out if you unplug it, plug it back in, everything works fine. So it's not documented. Get to the end of this one, let it do its little tunes. And of course it failed to update home location because the GPS is not locked up. And I'm in the basement with 3 stories above me and dirt all around me. Okay. Yep, I know that. So now, if I really want to do another one without any error, I'll just go ahead and do that hard reset. make it a let's make it an octa this time. I haven't flown an octa configuration. I have flown the quad and the hexa a lot. See, that sounds the sound as it comes back after that reboot. Why it hangs the USB, I have no idea. Not a lot of tones in that one. So again, we have to do a hardware hard reset between firmwares. Okay, so this time let's make it a tricopter. Need it to be a rover, so I'm going to illustrate again how you will hang without the hardware reset. So if I just go up and click on rover, it's going to start it. I'll be darned. Oh well. Usually you have to reset. I don't know why I did that, but frequently you have to reset. But here's a case where you can just sit and do any ones you want, it looks like. All computers love to make liars out of me. But as you can see, it is still programming up. So there's a case of a time it didn't need a hardware reset in the middle. I normally do them anyway. And truthfully, I am playing with the new software, testing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get the beta software, go from the 2.45 on the rover to the 2.48 beta 2. Just for kicks and grins, I'm going to see if it'll program again. Oh look, the blue light's on. I'm sure this isn't going to need a hardware reset this time. It's just going to do it. So there's almost every run of adding firmware that I can think to do right now. And you did see one where it hung without having the hardware reset. I normally just do them, but for 43 years computers have frequently made me a liar, especially during demo moments. Ah, Lordy, life's fun, then you die. Oh, I forgot, pay taxes, then you die. So I'm set up after this one for continuing testing of the beta software. Tones are over. Just for kicks and grins, I'm going to see if I can load the beta for the quad. I really want this update because this is where the follow me and the swarming technology begins working. Look, connecting. There we go. We got our little, got an orange light here on the programming part. We got our little hang there from one to another USB. As soon as I unplug it, plug it back in, the software hasn't even timed out. It takes off again, programming it with the new beta version of the quad software. Really not sure else what I can tell you. I mean, I can show you the quad and the hexa flying and basically doing what it should do in the mission planner. I run missions, I practice for the autonomous vehicle competition. It's a confusement to me why we can't get yours working this well. Yes, I know your GPS is not locked up. And I know Mott spin, gotta worry about that. I wonder if that blinking yellow light will keep me from putting it back as a rover. Now see, during the erase, it actually disconnects. And there it goes programming. I didn't even have to do the hard reset that time. I can tell you that unplugging the USB and plugging it back in between each programming always works for me. Now it has proven, as we can see here today, that sometimes it'll go ahead and program again, and sometimes it will not. My iPad just ran out of recording time on the video, but I can assure you it's just about to go back as a rover, so I can take it out and play with it today. And there we are. We're a rover too. Let me make sure. Yeah. So I'm set to go do some playing today, and I should be able to connect. Oops, this is a nut. Well, look at that. Oh well. Compass radio. There was a new perimeter I thought came in this rover, but I'll look for that later. Let's go ahead and load up my rover setup so it changes this. I don't have to put in my compass declination, etc. My compass offsets are already there. My cruise speed has been changed from the default. My failsafe action on a rover, I do return to launch, and I've been playing with the ground station when the telemetry fails there. These are the offsets for the gyroscopes because of the rover actually figures its own out. I do change the modes to different modes, and I do have some trim on my steering because on the rover at full turn the wheels rubbed the frame, so I had to back that off a little bit. A lot of this is for different things. I can't get into all of this right now. Whoops. A lot of that's to do with telemetry and the waypoint radius. I sort of made that smaller. I'll write those parameters. There they go. And now I'm basically going to disconnect, and I have a customer coming by to work on a computer, and then I'm going to go do some roving and quadcopter flying myself today.